Dear student, today we will study pedigree analysis. Now, pedigree analysis is a chart that shows the presence or absence of a trait within a family across the generations. Since the human have the long generation time and they produce a small number of progeny, so it is very difficult to predict the inheritance of any disease in the subsequent generation. So in such case, pedigree analysis help to study such cases. Now, how it is helpful? The pattern of inheritance of a specific trait could be studied with the help of pedigree analysis. It helps to detect dominant or recessive trait and autosomal and sex-linked trait. It helps in genetic counseling. It helps to identify the genotypes. Now, to understand this, just look at these symbols. This is a unfilled circle which represent normal, you can say female. The filled circle represent affected female. The unfilled square represent normal male, and the filled square represent affected male. Now the fusion between two is represented like this. This is a marriage line between two. Line of descent, that is what generation they are going to produce in the next, you can say what progeny they are going to produce in the next generation. And sibling line, that means these two are the progeny of the same parent. Now over here 1, 2, this represent the generation, so they are represented by the Roman letter, whereas if you see 1, 2, this represent the Arabic symbol, represent the order within each generation. Okay, so that you can make out you are talking about this particular individual, like number 1, number 2 in each generation. Okay, so the analysis is based on if the trait is dominant or recessive. Again, in the dominant, whether it is autosomal or sex-linked. In recessive, again autosomal or sex-linked. Now the traits. Now dominant trait, if the trait is dominant, one of the parent must have the trait. Means when the fusion is there between two, either the male or female is affected, but it is not necessary in case of recessive. If the trait is recessive, not required that neither of the parent is required to have the trait, since they can be heterozygous. But these parents are carrier of the disease. It depends if the disease is expressed in the heterozygous condition or not, but one of the parent will be carrier. This is definitely the condition of recessive. Sex, okay, dominant trait will not skip the generation, whereas the recessive trait will skip the generation. Sex link, usually males are affected as it is X-linked disorder, whereas autosomal, both male and female are affected. Okay, so they have equal chances that they are affected. Now look at this example. So commonly, if you just analyze this pedigree analysis chart, you will see 1, 2 and 3 generations are there, and most of the males are affected. That means what? It is X-linked or sex-linked disease. Okay, and second thing you will see is that here parents are unaffected, so they may be, one of the parent may be carrier. Okay, so this is recessive. Okay, so this is what kind of disorder? X-linked recessive disorder, such as color blindness. Okay, hemophilia we have done with. So parents are unaffected but the children are affected, so recessive trait. Then female are not affected but large population of male is affected, so it is X-linked trait. Female in first generation is carrier, so this is the example of X-linked recessive disorder. Now you can conclude the genotypes. For example, if you look at this particular, okay, 1 here 3, 4 of second generation. So if I go like this, suppose the male is normal, the female is carrier. Okay, so if you produce the cross, then what will happen? the male is affected. See this green line. So here the male is affected, whereas the female is normal. Okay. So this is how there is, and when this is crossed with the normal female, then what is the probability of next? So next could be the normal. 4 probability are there, one of the deceased female and 50% chances that the female are deceased, and the male will be 100% normal. So here, since 2 children are there and they are normal, okay, so this female could be carrier or it could be normal. So this is how the analysis is done. Okay, now next is let's look at autosomal recessive. Okay, so very first thing is that parents are not affected, so it is recessive. Okay, then you can say the unaffected parent can have affected female or male child. So male and female both you can say are deceased in next generation. So this is autosomal disorder, recessive disorder. Now affected individual transmit the disease 1/4 of the offspring. So if there are 8, so 1/4 means 2 are affected. Okay. Autosomal dominant, if you look at autosomal dominant, affected parent have affected children. So you can say both the parents are affected, okay, and they have affected children. There could be possibility that female is normal, because in this case since it is on the autosome and it is not on the sex chromosome, so there could be equal possibility of male and female could be affected, but there are chances that there is a normal female, because one of the X chromosome is not. This is in the female in the first generation is heterozygous here. That's why this female is not affected. Okay, so affected individual transmit the disease to half of the offspring. Now X-linked dominant. Okay, so when it is X-linked dominant, then the father transmit the disease to daughters. 100% daughter are affected. Female transmit the disease to half of the son and half of the daughter. If suppose the female is affected, then 50% chances are there that the females will be normal and 50% will be affected in the next generation. But here it is in the case of male. Okay. Now also look at these two analysis. So if you just look at once, you'll find that in this none of the generation is escaped. Okay. The disease is present in generation 1, 2 and 3. So this is a dominant kind of disorder. If you look at here, this escaped the generation, like generation 2, there is nobody with the disease. So this is a recessive pattern of a disorder. Okay. So you have to do more analysis and you'll come to know how and you can predict the genotypes. Now this is something which is not part of syllabus, but this is just for your information so that you can distinguish it from the other 4 situations that we have already discussed. When the disease transmitted from father to son only, okay, it is Y-linked disorder. We don't have Y-linked disorder in our syllabus. When the disease is transmitted from mother to daughters only, then it is a mitochondrial linked disorder. We have seen in the reproduction that the cytoplasm of the oocyte, okay, is contributing to the gamete formation, and mitochondria in that plays a role, and mitochondria has its own DNA. So this DNA also contribute to the inheritance to some extent. So anyway, we don't have it in the syllabus, but this is just for your information. So here we complete pedigree analysis. Thank you.